Welcome everyone to week 11, lecture 11 for the Intro to Credit Cards Decal course. This will pretty much be our final week of actual content because next week we have a special activity planned, which we're going to cover right now. So today we're going to talk quickly about the final project prompt. Don't worry, it's not like too much or anything. It's not like too long, hopefully. Then we're going to talk about some final topics that I wanted to cover. So status matching, particularly casino status, is very interesting. And then also business credit cards, which is a topic that we definitely should have covered a while ago. Unfortunately, there will be some topics I won't have time to cover that I did want to talk about, such as manufactured spending, but maybe in a future iteration of the course we can talk about those. So for the final project, what is your prompt? We talked about this last week. We kind of did an activity in this for this in class, right? This is the Alice and Bob prompt where they are going to, I'm just skipping through these because we looked at these before, where we're going to plan a trip for them. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to get in groups of around 3 to 5 people, ideally, and you're going to create a short presentation about where you go on the trip, or where they would go on the trip, and how it is achieved. Additionally, you're going to create a Google Doc with more of the technical details of exactly how it's possible. So what cards to get, what order, how they reach the sign-up bonuses, right? Stuff like that. And then we're going to have each group present next Thursday in class. That will be what the final class is. Now, it might sound like a lot, like, oh, I'm giving you a final project in the last, like, only a week to do it. I don't want this to be something that's, like, stressful at all. Like, this is supposed to be something fun to see what you can do with the points and miles and what knowledge you've acquired so far. So this is absolutely not meant to be something that is, like, a heavy workload in any way at all. Hopefully, these should seriously only take, like, an hour to 2 per person. Like, I don't want it to take that long. So don't let yourself, I mean, unless you want to spend a while on it, don't feel like you have to. It's mainly graded on effort and just trying to see what you can do with this. But if you want to spend a long time on it, more than welcome to. But yeah, definitely don't stress yourself out about it. Okay, again, I'm going to skip through these because this is the exact identical prompt to what we covered last week. These are the rules. They are now posted on creditcal.org. So if you need a refresher on what the trip stats and rules are, you can find it on the website. It's there. There's a button that says Final Project Prompt, and it will give you all the directions of what you need to do, how to find groups, what form to fill out, all that. So check out the website for information on how to do that. But now let's get into the content. So we briefly touched around, I want to say 3 weeks ago, on status matching, where the idea of a status match is I may have high tier status with company A. Now, I go to company B, and to them, I essentially say the following. Hey, I have high tier status with company A. They give me a lot of perks for that high tier status. I like company A. I do a lot of business with company A. Or at least I'm saying I do a lot of business with company A. Now, company B, you should give me high tier status with you. Because why would I shop with you or spend money with you if I'm not getting any perks from you? But company A, because I spend so much money with them, is giving me all these awesome perks. So that's why I shop with them. Or that's why I spend money with them or stay in a hotel or whatever. So you should do the same. And company B goes, you know what? You're right. We see that you have this status with company A. Therefore, from our perspective, you must be a good client for them. And so let's give you our high tier status. And we're going to do that to incentivize your business, right? If we give you high tier status, maybe because you get equal perks with us, maybe you will spend money with us as well. So what statuses can be matched? There's hotel statuses, airline statuses, rental car statuses, and kind of importantly here, casino statuses. So these could all be matched to varying degrees of success, and it is going to depend heavily on the specific program. But all these statuses can be matched to some degree. So let's go as an example here. This is, again, kind of review from a few weeks ago, but I went very fast there, so I'd like to cover it again. So this is the status matching merry-go-round. Basically, the idea is I have status with company A. That status expires at some point with company A. However, that status with company A matches to company B status. Now, status to company B expires at a different date than status with company A. So when my company A status expires, I take my company B status and match it back to company A. This is assuming, of course, company A acknowledges company B status. So if that happens, when company A status expires, I just get company B status. And then when company B status expires, I get company A status. Or at least I match them before they expire, right? So when one expires, I can just use the other to get the first one back. This was a concrete example. Let's say I'm a holder of World of Hyatt Explorist. I am a holder of World of Hyatt Explorist, but yeah. So let's say I hold World of Hyatt Explorist, and it expires January of 2022, okay? Or sorry, right now is January 2022. So in this example, we are in January 2022. My World of Hyatt Explorist expires February 2022. So right now we're in January. This thing expires in February. So I got 1 month left. I take my World of Hyatt Explorer status, and I match it to MGM Gold, which is a valid match. MGM will match your Hyatt status to MGM Gold online. You don't have to go in person. Super easy to do. Now, my MGM Gold status now expires January of 2023. Okay, so it's January 2022. I just matched my status is over. Now, it's March 2022. Since it's March 2022, my World of Hyatt Explorist is now gone. It expired in February. So it's March, it's gone. However, I still hold MGM Gold, which is valid until January 2023. Interestingly, World of Hyatt will match you from MGM Gold to Explorist. So I can just match it back from my MGM Gold to my World of Hyatt Explorist. And so now I hold World of Hyatt Explorist, which doesn't expire until February 2023. And we can repeat the exact same process for when my MGM Gold expires. So this is why it's called the merry-go-round. Once you get on it, you can just go around and around and around and around. For the most part. This also existed with another casino in Wyndham, which we're going to talk about in a second, but it kind of went away. They got rid of it. So it's forever as long as they don't change the program terms. And this has been going on for quite some time between MGM and Hyatt. But so that's an example of the status matching merry-go-round. It's very, very powerful because I don't have to earn these statuses anymore. I don't even have to hold like a credit card to keep them because I just keep matching them back and forth between each other. In the chat, do we have any questions before I move on to the next slide? Okay. So now how do we get on the status matching merry-go-round? Because in our previous example, I'm using both World of Hyatt Explorist and MGM Gold. Now, if you don't know anything about World of Hyatt Explorist or MGM Gold, these are actually fairly hard statuses to acquire. World of Hyatt Explorist typically requires 30 nights at World of Hyatt properties, and MGM Gold requires quite some bit of gambling. So acquiring them organically is not going to be possible. I mean, it's theoretically possible, but we're not going to do that. That's a hassle. So how do we get on this status matching merry-go-round, right? Once you're on the merry-go-round, you get to stay as long as you want. But you need a ticket. So here is our on-ramp. This is the on-ramp to the merry-go-round. If you hold the Wyndham Earner Business card, you get a status that lets you get on this ramp. So let's talk about that. Okay, this card, it is a business card. Again, we're going to talk about how to get business cards in a second. Has a $95 annual fee. You earn 8x Wyndham points for Wyndham purchases and, interestingly enough, gas spending. So this is an extremely powerful gas card, like one of the best gas credit cards. You get automatic Wyndham Diamond status, which is their highest level status. So similarly with the Hilton Aspire, you had Hilton Diamond, which is their highest level. This is Wyndham's highest level. So you get Wyndham Diamond. And you also get 15,000 Wyndham points every year for keeping the card open. So this is what justifies the annual fee. Because Wyndham points, to be honest, are worth between 1 to 2 cents a piece. Usually people peg the value at like 1 cent a piece. However, that's a little low in my opinion. It's actually fairly easy to get more value out of them. But even on the low end, only at 1 cent a piece, 15,000 Wyndham points is worth more than the $95 annual fee. And then that's on top of course, all the perks we're going to get from this card. So we get 8x Wyndham points on gas, but more importantly, we get automatic Wyndham Diamond. Why is Wyndham Diamond so important? We'll see that in a second. We'll see why Wyndham Diamond is very important. But I just told you that, okay, we need to get this business card, this high tier, super underrated business credit card. And you might be saying, Sean, I don't have a business. No fear. So how do we get business credit cards? So what you think you need to qualify for a business credit card is this, right? I have a multi-million-dollar company with over 100 employees that I've been the CEO for 10 years. You know, it's basically a Fortune 500 company. We have millions in funding and investments, right? That's what I need for a business credit card. You could not be more wrong. What you actually need for a business credit card, I sold a pair of sneakers on eBay. Maybe I'll do it again. Possibly. Maybe in a few months. Maybe I'll tutor someone. You know, I do DoorDash every other week. I did Uber on the 1st of February, last February. Maybe I'll do it in another month. That's all you need. Virtually any profit-seeking venture fully qualifies for business credit cards. There isn't some fancy company that you need to have with tons of employees and a bunch of investments. You doing anything to make money at all is now a qualifying activity for a business credit card. So how do you actually get one of these things? So you pull up the application online, you see it, you're not sure what to enter in for it because you've never filled out a business credit card application. So most importantly, like this is the key part here, it's going to ask you what your business structure is. Now, if you say something like an LLC, that is a legal business entity that requires legal business paperwork to actually file. Like you actually have to do work for that. And there's like some type of paperwork and process you have to go through for that. We don't want to do that. We're going to apply as a sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship is effectively just you trying to make money. It could be you trying to do any venture on the side that is not being directly employed by a company to make money. So Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, selling on eBay, tutoring your friends, tutoring your family, anything like that, that is now a valid sole proprietorship. You are in a venture seeking profit, and you're now wanting a business credit card to put your business spending on, whatever that may be. Quick side note for business spending. You might be thinking, okay, if I get a business credit card, it only can be for business spending. I don't have any business spending. All I will say is that I have not really seen any data points of any bank, for like any major bank, actually caring about what you buy with a business credit card. That's all I'll say. They do not care. Absolutely do not care. Now, if you go call them up and say, hey, I put a bunch of personal expenses on my card, then they might care. Other than that, they do not care. They cannot, they don't check, they don't verify. I'm not saying to do it necessarily. I'm just saying they don't verify. They don't care. Okay. So for sole proprietorships, importantly here, there's no business documentation at all. It's just you saying, I want to make money. So if you're applying for a business card and they say, we want to see business documentation, you say there is none. There can't be any because this type of business doesn't have it. If I did have business documentation, I wouldn't have applied as a sole proprietorship. I would have applied as an LLC or something like that. So for business name, just your legal name. Whatever your full legal name is, that's your business name. Business address, just your home address. That's where you conduct business. Business income, how much do you expect to make, right? How much do you expect to make, let's say, tutoring or doing Uber or Lyft or whatever? How much money will you pull in? Do not worry if this is really low. It can be extraordinarily low. It does not matter. So if it's low, it's fine. As long as your personal income is good enough, that's all that matters. The business income can be extraordinarily low because they know a lot of businesses are starting out and they won't make money at first, but in the long run, they might start bringing in more revenue. Business age, how long have you been doing it? Did you start tutoring family 2 years ago and just now decided to want a business card? Congrats, your business is now 2 years old. How long have you been doing it? Important note here, and this is something you have to be very careful with. You can't qualify for a business card if you're on like an ineligible visa. So if you're on like an F1 student visa, from my understanding, you cannot get a business card. The reason being, on a student visa, you're supposed to be here for a student, not trying to seek profit. And by definition, when you're applying for a business card, you're saying that you are engaging in a profit-seeking venture. Question in the chat. Can I put my family's business? So to apply for a business card, you need to be legally allowed to borrow on behalf of that business. So the legal terms there, I do not know off the top of my head. Usually it requires some ownership of the company to apply for a business card. What you can do, however, is the owner of the business can apply for a card and always add you as an authorized user or as an employee card, assuming you do any type of, work for the business at all, even if it's just a little bit. Any questions so far before we go to the next slide? Okay. So why would you get a business card? I just kind of described this whole process for going about getting a business credit card. And it's a little bit more of a hassle than, a personal card. So why is it worth it? Why are you saying you're having a sole proprietorship and, entering all this information? What's the point? One is you just get really good bonuses and perks that aren't available on personal cards. So like the Wyndham card, right? That earns 8x on gas. Like there's pretty much off the top of my head no other card that earns close to that consistently on gas. I know there was for people that are pretty into this game, you might have heard of the Ducks Unlimited card, but that was only 5% cashback. I'll take 8x Wyndham points over 5% cashback any day. So you get really good perks and bonuses. Some business credit cards have the highest sign-up bonuses of any credit cards at all. And even more importantly here, the existence of the card usually, depending on the bank, but for most banks, doesn't report to your personal credit report. Now, if you know anything from what we've talked about in the class before, why does this matter? Does anyone in the chat want to tell me why this matters? Heavily matters. Why would I want a card not to report to my personal report? 524, exactly, right? Meaning that these business cards, assuming they don't report to your personal report, which most banks don't report to your personal report, don't count to 524 at all. Even Chase business cards don't count to 524, weirdly enough. So I could be at 424, I could go get 2 Chase business cards, and then let's say I want to go hop on that CSP 80K sign-up offer, I'm eligible. I'm under 524. Now, depending on my recent velocity with Chase and all that, still could be an issue there, but I'm under 524 from Chase's perspective, even if I get Chase business cards. So if the card doesn't report to your personal report, it doesn't count to 524. It also means, similarly, you can get faster velocity of applications without the negative effects. Banks hate to see people apply for 5 cards in 2 months. It looks very risky, and it also looks like you're just trying to game the bonus. But if I'm applying for business cards, they don't see them. If I go get 3 Bank of America business cards today, and then I go to Chase to try to get their Sapphire Preferred, other than the inquiries to get the business cards, Chase doesn't see them. I will receive a personal hard inquiry on my report from the bank that I apply for, but the card itself will not be reporting. So it doesn't affect Chase 524. It doesn't affect Barclays 624. If you don't know what 624 is, it's exactly the same thing as 524, but just 6 cards instead of 5. So they're very, very powerful, right? I forget off the top of my head, to be honest, how many cards of each type I have. But it's almost 50% or maybe even more than 50% of my cards are business cards. I would not have been able to go at that velocity with personal cards. The business cards are what allowed me to get many more sign-up bonuses and many more cards than I previously would have been able to. So they're extraordinarily powerful. Okay. Any questions about business cards before we move back to the status matching train? Okay. And if you have a question, just type in the chat anytime as well, and I can answer it. So, okay. I've talked about the Wyndham Business Earner card. I said this card earns Wyndham Diamond. Why do I care about Wyndham Diamond? If you don't know anything about Wyndham, the hotels kind of suck, okay? I don't know about you. I'm in this game for getting the high-tier travel at a much lower cost, or free, ideally. Wyndham hotels are not a place I would want to spend long-term. They don't own really that many decent hotels. So why do I care about their status? Here's the thing, okay? Wyndham Business Owner gives me Wyndham Diamond, okay? I now hold Wyndham Diamond. Let's get on the status matching train. Wyndham Diamond matches to Best Western Diamond Select. This is Best Western's top tier of hotel status as well. I don't really want to stay with Best Western either, but nice to have it, right? If I was going to stay at a Best Western, I would rather have their absolute top level status versus not have it, right? It matches online, super easy to get. I have Best Western top level status now. Best Western matches to Hertz President Circle. Hertz President Circle, Hertz the rental car company, right? That's their top level status. Hertz has like an invite only, even higher tier status, but this is like their top level publicly available status. There's nothing better than this publicly available with Hertz. So now, at a 21-year-old where they charge me, stupid fees to rent a car, I now have their top level status, weirdly enough. Just from Wyndham Diamond. But let's keep going. We're not done yet. Wyndham Diamond. The arrow's gone. But the arrow's gone here, but Wyndham Diamond matches to Caesars. Okay. There should be a little arrow here. I think I accidentally deleted from the slide. But there should be an arrow pointing from Wyndham Diamond over to Caesars Diamond. I'll fix that online later. But Wyndham online matches to Caesars Diamond. Caesars being the Vegas casino chain, right? That owns like half of the Vegas properties. It matches online to Caesars Diamond. Now, Caesars Diamond, if you're willing to go in person to Vegas and take your physical Caesars Diamond card to a physical MGM like resort desk, they'll match you to MGM Gold. MGM Gold, as you've seen in the previous example, matches to Hyatt Explorist. Hyatt Explorist, again, matches back to MGM Gold. So now we've kind of completed this miniature status matching train. This isn't even all of it. There's so many more status matches I haven't even put on this slide that I haven't even explored, and so much more to do. But from this one status level, from this Wyndham Diamond status, from this one card, I've acquired 1, the Wyndham Diamond, 2 Best Western Diamond Select, 3 Hertz President Circle, 4 Caesars Diamond, 5 MGM Gold, 6 Hyatt Explorist. I've acquired 6 mid to top level statuses just from one credit card. This is really powerful. Now, let's say you don't even care about most of these statuses. I would argue World of Hyatt Explorers is pretty good. And I would say, Hertz President Circle and Best Western Diamond Select, decent, whatever. Like, not really worth any money, but, like, I'll take it. Question in the chat. What hotel do I recommend to stay while in Vegas? Also, do I have all the statuses? Yes, I have every status I've shown on the slide. If you remember the video from the beginning of the semester, this is entirely why I went to Vegas. I went to Vegas because I wanted to take my Caesars Diamond and I wanted to match it to MGM Gold. Because I knew if I had MGM Gold, I could match it back and forth indefinitely with Hyatt Explorist. Now I'm actually in the pursuit of Hyatt Globalist over the next couple weeks, which hopefully I'll be able to achieve. And so that kind of renders Hyatt Explorist useless. However, it wouldn't have been possible without MGM Gold for kind of a reason we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so I hold all the statuses here. And in terms of what hotel do I recommend while staying in Vegas, I've so far stayed at the Delano, the Wynn, and Crockford's. So those 3 hotels. The Delano's fine if you can get a cheap rate. I thought it was kind of what you paid for. The rooms were pretty big, actually. It's very good for entertaining. Just thought the service was lacking. The Wynn was really cool. Loved the rooms there. They were, like, really nice. I think my favorite so far, though, actually is Crockford's. Because if you wouldn't... I don't know if you would know this if you haven't been to Vegas a lot. But a lot of the Vegas hotels, like the Bellagio and, let's say, Caesar's Palace, right? They're, like, quote-unquote 5-star hotels. 5-star in the sense, like, they look luxurious and the rooms are pretty nice. But in terms of the service and treatment, like, compared to a real 5-star hotel, it's not the same at all, right? It's like casino 5-star. Crockford's isn't like that, though. Crockford's felt like, oh, wow, I'm at, like, a real 5-star international level hotel. So I love Crockford's. And also, you get so much dining credit there. If you're booking through FHR, you're basically getting, like, $240 of dining credit for the one-night stay. So if you can find it on a cheap rate, which they actually have fairly cheap rates sometimes, definitely worth it at Crockford's. But yeah, so this status matching train, very, very useful. You can get 6 statuses from just that one credit card. You can hold them, at least Hyatt, Explorers, and MGM Gold, you can hold indefinitely. Caesar's Diamond, you can hold indefinitely because since holding the Wyndham status gives you Caesar's Diamond, like, you can keep matching that over and over. As another side note, it used to be possible to do a back and forth match between Caesar's Diamond and Wyndham Diamond, where you could have Wyndham Diamond, match it to Caesar's, when Wyndham expired, match Caesar's back. Caesar's got rid of that now. You can't do that anymore. So the most important on-ramp to the status train or the merry-go-round is the earner business card. It's pretty much the best and only on-ramp, in my opinion. Okay, so we care primarily a little bit here about Caesar's Diamond and MGM Gold because they're casino statuses. Why do these matter? So I hold both of these. What are some of the benefits? Room upgrades, maybe. Big maybe. They say they'll do their best to upgrade your room. I haven't had any experience with using MGM Gold or Caesar's Diamond because I've actually I've never stayed at a Vegas hotel while holding both of the statuses. I mean, I guess I have, but I never actually stayed at a Caesar's or MGM property while holding both of the statuses, I should say. Usually they're going to give the room upgrades to whoever gambles the most. So let's not count on those. Free parking at all Vegas properties for both the chains. That's very useful, actually, because Vegas, like, even if you just go to the casino to gamble, they might charge you money to park there. Or if you want to go to the restaurants, they might charge you money to park there. All parking's free now with these two statuses. I forget the terms on valet parking, but I think valet parking's also free. Of course, you got a tip or whatever, but let's say you're just doing self-parking, all free now. So you want to hop into Caesars for dinner, drive your car there, just scan your card, free parking. Don't have to pay. Really nice perk, really convenient. Just park anywhere you want in Vegas. Most importantly, this is where it gets good. Waived resort fees. Waived resort fees, extremely, extremely powerful. Why are waived resort fees really powerful? Let's take a look. So we want to get to as close as free as possible. That's usually our goal in travel. Of course, we'll take a great deal when we can get it, but the best is free, right? So let's take a look. This is a screenshot I took from my Caesar's Diamond account and how much it would cost me for a night to stay at the Flamingo. Okay. Flamingo, $14 a night. That's really cheap. Now, the Flamingo's not going to be a 5-star hotel or anything, but it's pretty much in the most prime location in Vegas you can get, and it's not that bad. It's not like the Excalibur or anything. It's pretty good. So, $14 a night. Pretty nice, right? Here's the problem, though. $39.95 resort fee. Ooh. So, my hotel room's only $14. But on top of the rate, I have to pay $40 for the resort fee. So it's not really $14 anymore, right? It's like $54 a night. So over double my cost is coming just from the resort fee. So it's actually, not that expensive. Like $54 a night for a hotel room isn't that bad. But, it's nothing close to 14. But you see, that's the benefit of Caesar's Diamond. These resort fees are now gone. Meaning that $14 room is basically actually $14. So what about the taxes and fees? Because every hotel charges taxes and fees of some kind, right? So even with waived resort fees, I'm sure these taxes and fees add up to so much that it defeats the point of the $14 hotel room. So brace yourselves. Okay, this is an example booking. I didn't actually book this, but how much it would cost for those dates. Ooh, $1.91 in taxes. I don't know if I can pull that. Yeah, this room is $16.16, actually. All in. All taxes, all fees, all parking, everything in. You can book it with Caesar's Diamond status in Vegas on a weekday for $16. Or, I booked it on a Sunday in this case, but Sunday's considered basically a weekday in Vegas because no one's there. $16.16. That's insane. That's ridiculous. It's basically free at that price. You want to go to Vegas on the weekdays? Go ahead. It's basically free now with the status. Same thing with MGM Gold. MGM Gold waives resort fees now, meaning you can book any hotel at MGM if you do it direct the resort fees are now entirely free. So when you see that Excalibur rate for, let's say, $30 a night, instead of being charged a $40 resort fee on top of that, which doubles the cost, it's actually $30. It's actually really cheap. Meaning, if you want to go to Vegas and you hold this status, you can stay there for virtually free if you're going on the weekdays. Really, really powerful. If you have any interest in Vegas, it's really awesome. And even better with MGM Gold. So Caesars, you only get waived resort fees on one room. So you can't go book like 5 rooms and get them all waived. But so only your room with Caesars gets waived resort fees. MGM Gold, it waives it for 2 rooms. So you could book a room for you and your friend, and both of them have fully waived resort fees. So that's like really awesome, right? Like I don't know how to like convey that anymore, but it's like, it's a really good perk. It's really great. Do we have any questions before we move on to the next slide? Or, I'll just move on, and then if you have questions in chat, just ask them. Okay. So now we hold these valuable statuses. We hold MGM Gold, and we hold Caesars Diamond. How can we take this further? We've already gotten waived resort fees. We've already gotten free parking. We're already just chilling in Vegas for free, basically. Oh, also, one more side note. Caesars Diamond gets free show tickets every month. You get 2 free show tickets every month. So you go to Vegas, now you have free show tickets for 2 people. Just, it's insane. But okay, let's move on. Let's make it better. We have a unique ability now. We hold 2 casino statuses, which indicate to other people that we like to gamble. Because normally, for 99.5% of the population that has these statuses, they achieve it through gambling spending. So they go in and they gamble like $20,000, $50,000. And maybe they win, maybe they lose, but they have to risk the money. But now we hold the same statuses as these people. Meaning, I can reasonably convince companies that I am a big gambler. But I haven't gambled. I've, in total, in Vegas, gambled $6. That's the most I've done. That's literally all I've done. I've gambled $6. And I hold these statuses where it takes people tens of thousands of dollars to achieve through gambling spending. So we can now convince people and companies that we're gamblers. Let's leverage this. So, a very interesting example, and there are many more examples of this, okay? There are many more examples of how you can leverage casino statuses. One quick side note example, if you're in Miami, you can jump around between a bunch of casinos in Miami, and a bunch of them will give you between $100 and $200 just for status matching. It's like free play at the casino, but all you have to do is cycle it through once, and then you get to keep the money. So let's say they give you $100 of free play. You go to the slots, you gamble that $100 that they gave you. Once it's all been cycled through, whatever money's left is yours. So maybe you won some money and you end up with 120. Or maybe you lost a bunch of money and you end up with 70. It's still free money. So that's one example. Just take your casino statuses, if you're in Miami, go to Miami, hop around between the casinos, take the free money, and leave. Oh, did I win money? Great question. So the $6 I gambled, no, I did not win money. I put it in the slots, and the only reason I did it is just to have some activity on my casino status accounts, just so they saw something. I was treating the money as a loss anyways. In fact, with the last dollar I gambled at the Park MGM, the machine like broke and just like wouldn't take it, and then I couldn't get it out. And like I could have called the attendant, but they weren't coming, so I just left. I wasn't gonna wait like 10 minutes for $1. However, on my recent stay to the Hyatt Regency in Lake Tahoe, upon check-in, they give you a $5 voucher for the casino. So it's not like actually free play. You still have to gamble. You have to do a $5 minimum bet to use the voucher. So I went to the roulette table, and funny enough, the roulette table requires a $10 minimum bet. So I put $10 down, and then I stacked it with the $5 voucher, right? So I was effectively gambling $10 of my own money for a chance to come out 15 in profit. Now, I don't gamble. However, that is a statistically optimal gamble, right? I was expected to win money in the sense that if I lost, which is, slightly more than a 50% chance, I lost $10. if I win, which is slightly less than a 50% chance, I profit $15. So like if you did the actual formula, right, my expected winnings like outweighed the expected loss. So I bet $10 and surprisingly I won. So yeah, I did win $15 at the Hyatt Regency in Lake Tahoe. So that was fun. That was actually, it was kind of a thrill. And the person doing the roulette, like, because I had never gambled before, right? So like I got the chips and I'm like, okay, what do I do with these now? How do I go cash them out? And he started laughing. Yeah, I definitely, if you think I'm a big gambler, I don't gamble at all. Yeah, they have these statuses. And it's very easy for you to all achieve these statuses as well. So, okay. What's this Carnival match? I talk about Carnival Cruise match. Carnival Cruise Lines, pretty much all cruise lines except Disney, have casinos on board their ship. Okay? Now, they like you to gamble at their casinos, right? They want you to gamble there. And so if I can convince them, if I can go to Carnival and go, hey, I like to gamble. I like to gamble a lot. Or at least convince them of that. They'll be like, hey, let's give you a free cruise. So effectively, there's an offer online. If you just look up Carnival Status Match, you can upload your casino card pictures, front and back, to them, and you may receive an offer for a free cruise. Okay? Now, it's really just heavily discounted. It's not actually free. You still have to pay a bit for it. But it is heavily discounted compared to what a cruise would normally cost. So, what's this offer? So, I did this offer. I uploaded the following casino status cards. These are all the status cards I have. So, MGM Gold, Caesars Diamond, and this was weird. At Resorts World, it's called Genting Rewards, and they matched from MGM Gold to like not even like a tier. It's just called like the milestone level A-lister. I don't get it at all. It's really weird. So wait, do I go to Vegas just to have fun and status match, not gamble? Yes, that's pretty much why I go to Vegas. That in the fine hotels and resorts. MX FHR is pretty fun there because you get to stay at these high-end hotels, eat some really awesome food, and not pay for it. Or at least you're just paying the hotel cost, not the food cost. So that's why I do it. I think it's kind of fun, actually. I like just staying in the high-end hotels. And then also the status matches have significantly paid off. Just on this Carnival offer, it's already paid off significantly. So yeah, that's what I do in Vegas. Yeah, so okay, I submitted these cards, and I received this offer a few days later. Okay, free interior room plus $100 credit per person. Okay, $100 credit per person's nice. Interior room? No, yawn. That's not what we do here. We don't go for the interior room in the cruise. If we travel, we travel good. Okay, so I waited because I heard online that there was, if you waited a few days after receiving your first offer, they'll send you a better offer. And oh boy, am I glad I waited. A few days later, get this email. Free balcony room plus $100 credit. That's a lot better. That's night and day difference. Staying a week in an interior room, especially because I've never been on a cruise before, that's going to get cramped. That's not going to be fun. I don't want to stay in an interior room for a week. Even if I'm getting it significantly discounted, I don't want to pay anything to stay in an interior room. Balcony room, night and day difference, right? You have a terrace outside, you have chairs outside to go sit in, little patio or balcony, you get to look at the ocean directly, fresh air, natural light, night and day difference. I cannot emphasize that enough. Plus the same $100 credit. It's $100 per person though. So I'd be taking my girlfriend, right? It'd be $200 credit. And then free drinks while you're playing in the casino. I'm not going to play in the casino. Who cares? This is what the balcony room looks like on the ship I'm hoping to go on. It's actually Carnival's like newest ship. So Carnival doesn't always have the best reputation, but this new ship they have is supposedly really nice. And so that's the room I would kind of be staying in or something similar to that, right? Balcony opens outside, brand new ship, built in 2021, looks pretty sweet. So now we're talking, right? This is okay. I like this offer. I want to take this. So let's see how much this is actually going to cost us. So here's the thing, okay? To redeem this offer, I said it wasn't free, and it's absolutely not free. I still have to pay $200 to reserve the ship or to reserve the room, and it's not refundable. I don't get the $200 back. I also have to pay taxes, port taxes and fees, plus gratuities. However, the benefit of paying the $200 up front, that like deposit that you don't get back, you get it back in the sense of you get $200 of credit on board the ship. Now, I don't care how frugal you are on vacationing. If you're on a cruise for a week, you're going to spend $200. It's going to happen. So the $200 is actually very nice to get back. So this would be the total. For the cruise I'm looking at booking, it's a 7-night cruise leaving Orlando in the Caribbean around November on this new ship. My total cost for a balcony room, including taxes, gratuities, and the $200 deposit, is $645.56 for 2 people. It's expensive. I'm not going to pretend that's free. I'm not going to pretend that's close to free. But $645 for 2 people around the Caribbean for 7 nights in a balcony room on a brand new ship, where I also get $200 of credit back, so it's more like $445, is a fantastic deal. It's a spectacular deal. Comparing this to the retail price, same cruise, same room, same dates, where you don't get any credit, right? On this second one here, you don't get any credit at all back, $2,200. Now, I will be fair. I am sure there are offers online where you get some form of credit, or you get a discount, or you get various other benefits. I'm sure those exist. But even if you get a spectacular offer and you bring your effective cost of the cruise down to, let's say, $1,200, so you take $1,000 off the retail price, it's still not touching the $645 with $200 credit back deal. It's not even getting in the realm of existence of that deal. This is the best deal you'll probably ever get on a cruise, unless you win something, or you use points on a spectacular random deal that appears, which those are extraordinarily rare, or you're a heavy gambler. This is one of the best deals on a cruise you will ever get. And my deal here isn't even the best one. I'm not even optimizing here. You could take this to more of an extreme, because this offer for a free cruise, it works on virtually any Carnival cruise. So if I want to do a 14-day cruise to Alaska, sure. I still have to pay the same cost, the $200 plus taxes plus gratuities. But the base fare of the cruise is irrelevant now. So if I want to go on a 10-day cruise in summer around Greece, that would normally cost like $1,500 a person for a balcony room, I can do it. So this is an example of what the deal you can get is. It's a much better deal if you optimize it in the sense that you do a longer, more expensive cruise. I might not do that just because this is probably the longest cruise on that particular ship, because it's a really nice ship, and I don't want to, I don't want to stay on like an old boat per se. I think also going around the Caribbean would be pretty fun. So I'm kind of leaning to taking this offer, but maybe I'll optimize it better. I haven't actually booked it yet. But yeah, really, really, really great offer. Okay. So we're almost at time. We're pretty much at time. But so action items. Okay, this is important. So complete the course evaluation. That's going to be posted on the Discord later. I'm going to give an at everyone for that. So please complete the course evaluation. I really would be happy to see what everyone thinks about this course. I pretty much made this up entirely from scratch this semester only, and I've been doing it. I've been preparing the slides as I go along, and I would love to see what everyone thinks so far. It seems that this course has gained a lot of popularity, especially in the past few days. If you've seen the view count we've gotten on the Ask Sebi guest lecture video and how many new Discord members we've gotten, it's just blown up. So I'd love to continue some iteration of this course publicly, maybe not affiliated with Berkeley necessarily in the future, because I am graduating, but I would love to continue some iteration of this course in the future, and I'd love to see all of your feedback. Is this the first time I'm teaching the course? Yes, it is. This is the first time I'm teaching the course. I barely got it approved. I was very close before the deadline because it had difficulty finding an advisor at first, but the advisor I find, he's been awesome. He's really he's let me teach the course exactly how I want to, and I really appreciated that. So, fail my classes this semester so I can stay. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So I can I like that idea, actually. Let's do that. But yeah, please complete the course evaluation. Now, also find a group to work on the project with, 3 to 5 people. If you can't find a group, just DM me on Discord or email me. I can help you out. But find a group to work with on the project. Again, it's not supposed to be something that's like, oh, you're stressing out right before dead week, okay? Take it, I'm not going to be a harsh grader. Just put some effort in it. I would really like to see if you came up with some cool trips. I think it's really a cool exercise to see how much you can achieve in this game, and you can actually like plan out, given a set of criteria, what's achievable. Unfortunately, I can't fail my classes, but maybe I can figure out a way to have Berkeley let me teach this again, because I would really like to do that. It's been really, really fun teaching this. Also fill out, so yeah, okay, in relation to finding the group, on creditcal.org, there's a Google form where just basically I want you to enter in your group members so I know who's like in what group and everything, so that like figures out like, you know, if people have actually submitted the assignment. Can we buy an abnormally large suitcase and travel with you? Unfortunately not. However, I do hold Southwest Companion Pass, so maybe like if I have a trip planned randomly and my girlfriend's not able to go with me, maybe I can like make someone in this course temporarily my companion and get you a free flight if you want. Yeah, okay, so complete the presentation within the week. Send them to me by 12 noon on the 28th. So 28th is the day that the presentations are physically in class. Send them to me by noon. Don't be stressing about it before. Again, don't stress out about the presentation, but please put some effort into it. I'd really love to see what y'all come up with. Okay, so on the left is the attendance form. On the right is the feedback form. Would really, really appreciate it if you could fill out the feedback form. It really means a lot. The secret word is carnival. That's pretty much everything for this week. I can definitely stick around, though, if anyone has any questions of anything we've covered. This is pretty much the last main content lecture, because next week is going to be the presentations. So this is pretty much all the course content. There was more I wish I could have covered, such as manufactured spending, such as more with statuses and points bookings and stays. This is as much as I could squeeze in, though, to cover all the main topics. So I hope you've really all enjoyed the class as it's been, and I really hope we can do a future iteration so I can teach more.